If you're doing your works cited following the MLA Guidelines 8th edition, you may sometimes have to cross-list or cross-reference a number of works. And this happens especially if you have, let's say, one source, something like a book, and in that book you find 3, 4, maybe even 5 articles that you really like to quote from. And if you do that, so you have all of these different sources, so one article here, another one there, and a third one over there. What do you do? Well, in that case, what I would suggest is that you, first of all, you cite the volume as a whole, and we've done that here. So we have the editor, and we have the title, publisher, and date. And then the other articles are just going to give shorter versions of the kind of publication information that goes with the whole volume. And then you can always go check over here to find out what all the details are. So what we've done then is that all of these are from the same source. They're all from Sharp, right? So they're all referring back to Sharp over here. But all we've done is we've given the last name, Sharp, the comma, and then the page references in terms of where this article can be found in the collection. And you can see that this really cuts down on how much information we have to give each time. So I would suggest that you do this when you have 3 or more kind of sources that are coming from the same master source, you might call it. Okay, we'll call this the master source. If you have just 1 or 2, then what I would do is I would not cite Sharp by himself. So this entry doesn't have to be there. I would just make sure that this information is in each separate entry. Okay. So that's basically all that you need to know for cross-referencing. The last thing I'll mention is that if you do want to give a little bit more information, you could give a short version of the title. So after Sharp, comma, you could put something like indie music, just to give a sense of what the title is. That is optional, but it may become more useful if, let's say, Sharp has edited a number of different things. Then it would be good to give a little bit of the title just to distinguish or identify which particular work by Sharp you're referring to. That's how you cross-reference or cross-list items in your works cited.